after this morning's debacle, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so one, you should be able to hear me. Two, you should be able to see me. And I have moved us over slightly. It's a little bit flatter here. And there's still room behind me for people. If they come in, I can see as well. They can just start straight as our couple of ladies not here this morning on her way. So I'm going to start by putting our card, put my keys in on here, and do it in reverse. Now, for those of you that are joining me, because the 6:30 class, the first half, there was no sound, there is the meditation. For those that are you watching through and you're watching a replay and going, hang on a minute, there's two videos. On a Monday at 9 and 1 o'clock on a Wednesday, I do normal classes. These are payable. They're just normally for the members or pay as you go. So it'll come up that you can buy that post. But because this morning there was a little issue with the free classes that I'm sharing, which is going to be just in the paid membership next month. But I've opened for the month of August, and I'm doing this, what I'm calling an energy reboot. It's to do what I was doing back in 2022. We did a whole year of qigong. So every morning at 6:30 till 7:30, first half is qigong, and the second half we do the meditation. So that second half is still there. So if you scroll forward on the other video to 8:38, I think it is, you can follow the meditation. And because the first half, you can still follow me, it's just there's no sound. But I thought this paid one I would gift as well for the people that turned up this morning and were unable to hear me in the first half. And then thank you to those that shared with me that they couldn't hear me. So I'm going to pull a card to start with. We did pull a card for that class as well, which is different to these ones, but this is just for those joining today. So I'm going to start by, what do we need to know today for this week, those joining? And we have water ox. So water ox, softness and gentleness. So let's be, it's a reminder to be a bit gentle with ourselves. And the ox reminds me very much of the taurine energy, very much a physical energy. August is a very physical month. Obviously, it's our first class again. And if you're looking at our report, I've said that this is a month, and hence me doing the early morning sessions. It's because we need our nervous system to be regularly reset this month, more than normal. So it's a reminder to say, be gentle with your body, but move your body. Be gentle with yourself, but at the same time, allow that gentle movement within so that you can ground them. So also it's about flow, it's about water, it's about lymphatics, it's about, and I repeat what I was saying this morning about can't go under it, can't go over it, having to go through it, but actually we're going through the energy, but when we allow flow, we can open up other, not under, not over, not through, but around energy. So allowing that energy to move around. So I'm going to pop this back and ask you to come to good morning. Working me now online and in person. I saw and I thought, I'll set this up. We'll do it here. It's a little bit flatter. I was going to face it that way, but actually, and I don't want it facing the park, so I needs to connect and to allow. So and now I've just noticed there's a dip. Are you all right with your just fine? Yeah, okay, cool, right. So internal astrology post. Lovely energy today. How are you feeling? Good. Right, okay, everyone's here. So let's just start by closing the eyes and get tapped in, tuned in, turned on to this moment. Breathing in, breathing out, and just give yourself a scale. Let's do the minus, 0 being in the middle, plus 10 feeling amazing, and minus 10 feeling not so good. So just for yourself, for your own check-in, where are you on that scale? So I'm about a 3. Things didn't go too well this morning with the stuff, so I'm kind of like letting that sort of is in my head. So I want to get out of that, bring it back to the heart. Meditation went well, so just kind of weekend thought forms that we have around whatever it is we have. From here, we're going to bring our tips of our fingers together in front of our belly. Open our eyes a little bit. We're going to bring the hands up slowly. And up at the top, link them and just stretch through the body. Feel the stretch through the stomach. And inhaling deeply at the top, if you're not already, and exhale over. Just lean and inhale up. Exhale over. And again, let's do that both sides. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. The energy here is really lovely, isn't it? Right to the top. I'm like, it's even from my cup. And come down the side slowly. When we get to the shoulders, just leave them there. We're going to stretch through with the thumbs pointing up. Just push through that fire, opening up to our own fire, our own energy, higher self, and then bringing that to the heart. And dropping down with our hands to the lower dantian. And coming out into mountain pose. So the fingertips are rooting down. And just awareness into your feet. Just feel your feet. Just rotate them a little bit. Feel the balance of the heels and the toes rocking back and forth. And just feeling like that mountain energy sinking into your subconscious, the strengths, the resilience, taking it on. Okay, breathe that back. Just shake it a little bit less. Okay, hopefully with presence of the mountain. So take into a widget pose, slightly bent knees, into Wonder Woman. Bring the hands up. We're going to come straight into Sansu. So some strength training here. Now, if you feel like you need to rest the legs away, just come up to here, take a few breaths, and then come back into the pose. I'm going to hold for a few minutes. And I just want you to feel into your muscles. Feel, and you don't have to go really deep. If you want, alternatively, if you want to go deeper, you can. It's entirely up to you. It's just like you're about to sit on a chair. If you want to go lower and you want to come here, that's fine, and hold that spot. But you choose. Just feeling like you are hugging a tree. That's what Sansu is meant to mean. Tree hugging pose. Feel your fingers relaxed. And I want you to imagine all lights flowing through each of the fingers, flowing freely through your meridians. And the light coming down in through the top of the head, flowing down the central column. Holding. And gently coming up. You're going to move through the body slowly and warm up a little bit for those that haven't feel quite warmed up because I've already done one class. So I have to remember, no, we must move. Just rolling the shoulders and forwards. And then bring your hands up and do that with the elbows bend. And back. And then we're going to rotate the elbows inwards. They go in and then out. You have to get in the brain moving. And then rotate the wrists. And this way. And then we're going to rotate our hips as well. So stepping, just making sure. And that's not doggy doo-doo. Just making sure we nice sitting, squatting gently, and just rotating once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the opposite way round. I love hearing the kids doing that. It's like, oh, I'm loving life with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My daughter used to do that. Then bring the legs in together, and this is that weird one. I always find this. So we're doing that rotation, but we do it from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then rotate the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And gently come down. When we get the backs and warmed up, just do the knees a little bit extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Opposite, rotate round the other way. And you'll notice that also we're doing the toes at the same time, on the edges of the toes, on the edges of the heels as we do the knees. We're doing all those little bones around your feet as well. And 8, 9, 10. We might have done some extras. And then just stay here and step apart. Just going to stretch out that body. We're going to dip the shoulder down, come up, and then tip the shoulder down and come up, and then roll the back up nice and gently up through the spine, coming up, head coming up last. We do that again, but we're going to take our hands out to the side. Inward pose, take a breath, just feel that, and then gently inhale. As you inhale, exhale over at the end to leaning over the table pose. You're going to cross the hands, bottom, get stretched that lower lumbar breath. And if you can only get to here, that's fine. Here. Each time you might go differently, and bringing the hands up, crossed over at the top, then they come down the side in cleansing breath. We'll do that over again a few times. So inhaling, exhaling over, coming down, crossing over whatever hand you had on top before, cross a different one as you come up. So we get those brain bilateral crossovers at the same time, slowly down the sides. Inhale here, exhale. Pause for a second, and then you come down, crossing over, opposite hands, and coming up. So you're getting a little stretch in the lower back. We're doing bilateral crossovers because we're crossing the hands, and then stretching the lower back. If you want to just watch, if you're exhaling, hand comes over, and then we're coming up the center. Crossing down the sides, leaning forward, down, the opposite hand comes across. Feel into let's just do a few more with intention. We're bowing to nature, thanking the earth, bringing that earthly energy up, meeting the heavens, open and receptive to the highest aspect of ourselves, bringing that energy down, connecting it with earth. Connecting heaven and earth was the other card that we pulled this morning in our 6:30 class. And then just take it down the sides, leave hands there. Let's just check it out. Okay, let's do a little. So coming out a little bit to the side. We've got our Zansu pose, but from here we're going to do another nice little qigong. lift the hands up. Inhale, and then come round gently to the side. As you come to the side, put a cap on it, so we've got a little. So we're going to, at the side, we'll swap. So as we come round, the top one hand comes over the top, and then we go back round, and the other bottom hand comes up the top again. And you move slowly, and then start to bring more flow. So it rotates as you move. And as we're twisting, we're massaging those internal organs. But I want your awareness to be on the hands and in between your palms, building chi, building a ball of light, moving, energy shifting, gently working with our flow. And closing the eyes and feel into it. If you don't feel comfortable with your eyes shut, then that's fine. As we're outside, I have actually set a perimeter around us. Just and then move. We're going to shift. We keep that rotation through the waist, but then we push with the hands instead. Push with the hands instead. And I want you to think about pushing away, gently pushing away things that are going on your drop list, that are no longer serving you, any energy that's not relevant to your field, not having to like force it, just releasing. Oh, little boy is so excited on the roundabout. So I like the zip line they have here. And pushing, and then make it like waves. So we're kind of just with the surface of the water, and bring your knee in. So you're moving out slowly, side, just take that up, pushing away any fogginess. We get to overhead. We can see clearly any interruptions with you and your connection to your higher awareness, clearing that field, and then moving it. Feeling the tingling in the hands, chi flowing easily, blood pumping through. Then we're going to go low if you can, down, pushing each time, little tiny lunges at the same time. Till come back. And then rotating, we're going to fluffing energy, fluffing, reeling it up above the head, coming down with everything connecting again with the earth. So bending forwards and stretching that lower back at the same time as connecting with the energy in our visuals. And then just at the top, we're going to step in and flip the hands back and just lean the back opposite way. Don't force it, just feel in like you're just looking up, is just tilting, you're leaning the back forward, looking up at the trees, looking up at the sky, the ceiling if you're indoors, breathing that in. And then slowly bend the knees slightly as we come down. We just bring that back behind us and slowly raising. Maybe that movement. So flips the back at the top and then slowly bend down. One more time and come up to center level. And then drop down to the center. Don't let your stay standing. And again, just do some marching, some energy. Bilateral crossover brains, balancing is what I keep hearing them say. So cross with the knee, like a pirate. I like Donna Eden calls this in an energy routine the pirate. Slapping like a pirate. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. Stop. It's 15 on either side. Just stop and let your hands hang down. Feel the blood pumping. Pause. In the middle. And then we're going to do similar. We're going to lift the knees, but we're going to bring them underneath and up and underneath and up. And we're just going to do it slowly. 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, halfway, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. That's our 15. And stop. And shake the arms. Shake the right stomach, muscles, and your arms. Take a breath. Bring it back down. Let's come back into Ouija pose. Set our position. Bring our hands back. Touching. Elevating heart rate. Then bringing it back down. And from here, we're going to gently move round. So we're going to move round to the side. And then bring it back to center. Round to the side. And bring back to center. Opening up half that side for your lungs. The center, our breath, our lower dantian, connecting, and think of air and earth was the card that I pulled earlier at the end of class, and it feels like that's the air of the lungs and the earth symbol, our earth energy, connecting our breath with earth. Change this slightly into looking up at the hand, coming across and rotating. You can take the other hand and place it in the swell of your back, and then you bring it round, lower it down, it goes to the lower back. We'll do the same. So we bring it up, we watch our palm, we bring it in front of ourselves, twist, we bring it round all the way around, lowering to the back. And then we do the same with the other side. Up, and across, and round, back and forwards. Up, across, round, up, looking at the hand, over the body, and one more time. Up, across, round, and lower. Both at the back, linking your hands together. Tip forwards, linking down, stretch down, pull the shoulders down. As we do so, we push the two acupressure points here, the immune system. In through the nose, nice deep breath. And exhale, just lean forward. Stretch for the knees. One more time, inhale and exhale. Now I want to go into a little bit more lymphatic. So we started earlier with these ones. Just do a few more rotating where we're holding the back and then come forward. Working through. Keeping the hands here on the shoulders. Look to the right, back to centre. Look to the left, back to centre. Gently to start with, and then we'll speed up in a second. So as you look to the side, make a note of a point that you're going to look at, and then another point on that side, and then we do it quicker. So we'll look to that point, then that point, that right, then left, right, so you don't get dizzy. Just those 2 points. Ballerinas from the dance class years ago, dance teacher would say us from the ballerinas, so they don't get dizzy when they spin. They have that point that they look at each time they come round, and that's their focus. So they hold their centre of gravity on those 2 points. Then let the hands come down. Keep the twist. Bring in the arms with you. Let the arms follow you as we knock on the door of life. Inhaling, exhaling, don't forget to breathe, just gently in qigong breath, in through the nose, out. It's suddenly gone quiet in the park. Perfect. And bringing that up to the chest, keeping one at the back, lower back, and that opposite, sing over on the chest. If you need to cough, please do. Releasing, and then bringing it back down. This time, centre of the palms kind of collapse on the gate on the front and on the back, and then drop the twist. And we're just tapping the front, tapping the back, tap front, back of the palm of the hand on the back. Breathing in these 2 gates, focusing on in between. One gate here just behind the belly button, the other one behind your back, and like 2 pulsing lights, figure of 8 between in your body as you tap, tap, tap. And then we're going to come into just tapping on the front and the neurolymphatic points as it's morning, working with our digestion. Breathing in, breathing out. And we're going to come into our patting, bring that up to the armpit, just below the armpit. Think about this gate under here, opening up, flowing energy. And I want you to imagine in your mind, and we said about the light going in through the top of your head, and all these sort of figure of 8s happening, like you've got these swirly, beautiful, they see it in the graphics on the computer generated lights, all flowing in these points out of you and into you, like a beautiful nebula in this galaxy. Center of light coming in, coming out, flowing freely around you, and come down to the hips. We're going to do our legs down the side first, down the gallbladder line. So we cut with our hands just gently round. It makes a noise, but you shouldn't be hurting your legs. Gently coming down the sides and round and up the inside, and then down the outside, up the inside, down the outside, up the inside. So let's do more. And again. All that Wei Qi coming to the surface, all that blood pumping to the surface underneath the skin. Now this time we're going to come down the back. At the back, start with top of the legs, from the bottom. And linger behind the backs of the knees. And down. And this time from the big toe up, we come up the legs at the front. Then you do that a few times. So down the back, up the front. Down the back, front. A few more times to even it out. Leggings popping over my little pot belly. Okay, and then shaking it. We're just going to do the arms next. So coming up to the shoulders, give yourself a little pat. Nice deep breath in and sweep across. Again, pat the opposite side and sweep across. And then this time we come patting the shoulder down the inside, lingering at the inner elbow, lingering at the wrist, lingering as clapping the palms, making up that energy even further. Then the backs of the hands by the wrist, by the elbow, and up and go down again. Once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6. Across, just linger at the lungs for a moment. Come across and swap hands to linger at the lungs. Then come to that patting. Breathing in. Then coming down the inner elbow, lingering for 9. Lingering at the wrist. Lingering at the palm. Then round the part of the hands, the backs of the hands, lingering at the wrist, lingering at the elbow, and then we do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A little extra pat, and then come to thymus bumps. Just gently with your hands, you can make a little beak and gently take that to the lung points. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling, coming in. Recent time. Checked that when I did it the other day, we were our morning class. We were right. It's like, oh, we got plenty of time, and we did an extra like 10 minutes because I was like, didn't look at the time properly. And then coming around just under the armpits. This one is really good. So if you're feeling any resistance thoughts come up this month about clarity and shifts, just do this. This one here helps with resistance thought forms and patterns, any negative thoughts about shifts that are happening in the world and stuff. Start on here and go, yeah, it's happening because it's clearing. I'm seeing it because it's there to be cleared, and then see it in its wise perspective, whatever situation is. If it's something on the news, something happening in nature, something happening in a relationship, just tapping on the hips. And I want you to think about our hips as our balance, as our like structure of rebalancing, and then just slightly move from side to side with it. And like your hands are like little drums, telling the body we're shifting, we're rebalancing, we're leveling up this month, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And you've got it. You know your body's going to be doing it. You're thankful to your body for everything that is going to happen in these upgrades, and then just let it go. Fling off any excess energy you might feeling down your arms with that vibration. And the next 5 minute movement. Right. Let's just bring it back into. We still didn't do enough movement. I want to add in some much more qigong. I feel like by the time we finished our warm up, that we've got space to do more movement. But I do feel there needs to be a little bit of connection here. So bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the lower dantian. Max, I know you've really connected, but Let's pulling in. Yourself, bend the knees slightly. Become aware of your feet, your posture at the same time. Asking your body, what do you need in this now moment? Really feel into it. Do you have backache? Hopefully you've moved so you feel there's not, but if there's anything left, if there's any little eagles or anything, and if there's not, that's fine. Just asking out loud in your mind or wherever, what feels right. My body, what do you need me to give you? What do you need in this now moment for this day? What's right? Breathing in. And then we're going to drop the hand from the heart down to the physical, the lower dantians, lower chakras. And step into bamboo. So step the feet in together and just feel like bamboo in the wind. You might lean forward, you might lean back, your center of gravity. Hopefully you might be quite balanced. If you are, that's brilliant. If you feel it leaning, allow it to just move until you come to a natural stop. And imagine a dial of volume of the outside world. It's beautiful here, and we can hear some beautiful birds, which is speaking to our nervous system alone. So you can tune into that. There's a dog barking. Tune into the sounds around you. Maybe the washing machine's going, maybe there's stuff outside, maybe there's people talking upstairs, the TV in the background or whatever. Just tuning in to the external sounds, the eyes closed down. And then that dial, we're going to dial that down. Like we're just not muting it, but we're just dialing that down. And then the thoughts might feel louder, like what's this about, or whatever's coming up, or I've got an itch on my shoulder, that kind of stuff dialed up. And then we're going to dial that down as well. And I want you to just, your anchor is your breath. Just breathing in through the nose and out. And focus on that movement of the chest where your hand is. Inhaling, exhaling. So the totality of the sounds are still there. You can still hear the movement, the birds, the everything, thoughts. But your awareness is hyper-focusing on the movement of the breath in through the chest and out. In this moment, if you need to itch. If your brain will go naturally, oh, there's that different bird, or that's a car door, or this. And then you bring it back to breathing in, breathing in. And then you drop the hands from the chest to the belly. You need to focus on the breath of the belly. So you're still breathing in through the chest. Feel the movement on your stomach as you exhale, as you inhale. We do a couple like this, and then we're going to spinal breathing. So you might want to open your eyes. So we bring the hands up into fists just by our sides as we breathe in. And as we exhale, we crunch over. Let it come out of the mouth. Like all of the air out of the balloons. And then again, inhale, come up. Then open up. And inhale. Coming down. Inhale up, open up. And exhale, coming down. feeling like a wave of water gently on the ocean, lapping up the shore. Your breath in, breath out. That's too much for your back, then just do the hands. Your eyes staying with. And this time we're going to switch the direction, but keep the awareness on the breath. Opening out, contracting in. Inhaling, exhaling. Getting across essentially with our focus of breath. So then we're going to go now in and up, floating down, floating up, floating down, floating. Slowly oxygenating that body and that blood, and slowly float down. Just going to flick off that. Hopefully it didn't interfere with sound. And drop the hands to the heart. If you have an intention for today, a week ahead, bring it to your focus. This beautiful loving energy, contact it with our heart. So think about this week. We're truly grateful to be alive. If we're not, willing to be grateful for being alive, but hopefully you are. And this week, what we're going to fill it with. That bubble that we made, that we had, that we were moving around, bubble over the head, think of it dripping down. I always say like cake pours that they have, it melting around your field. It's beautiful, loving energy that's coming. There's a pink and a green energy of this August energy. So beautiful pink is what I always associate with the heart, same with the green. Feel it filling your field, filling your cells, like the laughter of the children that you can probably hear in the background. You can't, it's like laughter of your loved ones. Wherever there's like any sad thoughts, fearful thoughts, it's kind of enveloping them, cake pouring over them, enveloping, breathing in. So they just, there's such joy and excitement. I'm trying to bring the yin. I could feel the yin and yang balance there. Just breathing it in to the heart. And you can drop your hands down if you wish to. Just feel into your body. Every cell feeling rebalanced. Every cell feeling recharged. Hopefully you should feel invigorated as well as relaxed. So your perfect harmony of your yin and your yang. And just breathe into your soul and listen, is there anything that your higher self, your guidance, your divine connection is saying that you need to be aware of? I'm just going to allow soul to speak for you to have a time or to focus in on the, maybe we were about, it's a little bit close to part of this here. Anyway, so what I wish to share with you is, like I said this morning, there's this beautiful white lion energy, this golden Sophia dragon energy, which is linked to the earth. And I want you to think of it as this a gift of rebalancing, of allowing you to, as you rebalance, as you allow the abundance of that flow in, what's happening is that too is helping rebalance, because as we rebalance, as below, so above, rebalance our mind, our emotion, and the earth, and all the little cellular cells in our cells linked to the cells in the planet and the cells in the galactic energy. And feeling that harmony within us, we create harmony within the earth and within those within our remit, but also in the galactic star. So as we feel their harmonics from up at like 15th kind of dimension level, which is where it goes beyond the yin and yang and the right and wrong and the good and bad and stuff, just feeling that flowing down around you. That's what we've cake dripped all over our field, and feeling and fortifying the highest aspect of you, your connection with the divine. Now I want you to feel it grounding down, rooting it down through your feet with earth, anchored like a beautiful tree, like we have the trees around us. Feeling your body in that balance. Your feet are nice and balanced with the heels. And I've got the image that we've got of the water ops. Like he's standing in water. He's standing in like, it's not solid ground. It's like maybe it's a bit muddy. Maybe your thoughts are a little bit muddy. Maybe life is a little bit muddy at the moment. Maybe emotions are a little bit watery. But the subconscious, which is linked to that second eclipse we've got coming up at the end of August, just know that water around us that we're standing in, we're like the wash, it's all coming off, all the dirt's coming off, the silt is kicking up. It's kicking up because we're purifying, we're getting things moving. And the image I want to share with you is like, if any of you've seen those gold rush or whatever, that when they're dredging the stuff, and then you see the silt gets kicked up as well when they're pulling all those golden nuggets up, and they're calling that silt in the water is coming, but it's clearing out. It's for us to do the clearing out, energetically speaking, as well as physically speaking, by our practices, by our awareness of our thought forms, and our conscious allowing the emotions to ground us, and not pushing it away in a way, but just kind of just seeing it kind of melt away. Like it's like a volcanic eruption that just creates new land and covers up all of the stuff that's there. It becomes solidified, becomes new strengths, new understandings, new awarenesses, new ways of understanding ourselves and our emotions with this 888 energy. Just taking that with you, just for today, even for the week, but for the rest of the month, as today's the first class of the month. Just breathe it in, and then bring your hands together. We're going to bring them up to the chin, over the head, like you're waking up from morning sleep, round under the chin, and hold. Take a breath, then come round the top of the breast, down the sides, down the gallbladder, through and off, and shake. And if you can, touch the ground while you're there. Just thank you, Gaia. And slowly coming up. How's that? Thank you both for joining me. Thank you. Hopefully you can hear me on there. And 5. I'm not sure what the 5 means. Is that just to say that you can hear me, just a number, kind of like I can hear you. And thank you to those that this is your like second chance, because obviously I couldn't share this morning the movement practice. I hope you enjoyed the class. I will see you tomorrow morning at 6:30. You're very welcome. And I'm going to stop the recording there so I can talk those with me. Thank you. See you in the morning. Love and blessings for the rest of the week.